Well, I've been a commodity broker for the past 20 years.
And that's a tough part of the market.
Yes, but it's fun, it's challenging, it's exciting. And I have been also a real estate agent, but I use that for my own knowledge. I keep that information. I'm licensed in that area as well.
These are all money games.
Yeah, I've been around the money world with property, and I like the real estate for the ownership. But
so the numbers were part of your everyday life.
Yeah, but
numbers were your thing.
As a child, I really did not like math. It wasn't anything I was interested in at all. In fact, I shied away from it.
And suddenly here you are.
Right.
Knee deep and then some.
Knee deep. I love numbers, but it's not math, it's numbers. There's a difference. The first 30 years of a person's life is really finishing childhood. 30 years, not 20, 30. The soul goes through a cycle every 7th birthday, starting at age 7, and imprints all that it learned the prior 7 years, and moves to another state of awareness.
But 30 has no connection with 7.
30 doesn't, but after you've completed 4 cycles of 7, or the age of 28, you've completed childhood. The transition out of it is approximately 2 years.
You're now going into adulthood.
Yes, and that is a challenging period when people are leaving their 20s. It's a very challenging period.
So if they get married or do something dramatic earlier, they shouldn't be doing that because they're not really ready.
Not necessarily. You have to see their chart. But there's many times a person, one of the highest divorce incidents between 28 and 32. It's like, who are you? I married you, but that wasn't who I was supposed to be at that stage. And now we move on. Or they wait till they're, say, 35 or 40 and they do it. I had the vision, and I studied, and I found some teachers found me. I didn't seek them. I found that this is something that was finding me. And then I privately helped people with their charts, or what we'll call their names, dates of birth. I mean, and the more you do something, the more you do something.
The more professional you got.
The more knowledge you acquire. The more you sense from people all the unsaid information that is there. And you just...
You sense it.
You sense it, and you know more. And then you watch how numbers work. You just watch them. It's like a dance. Plays out in a life. And then when people end up in therapy office, I've had psychologists send me clients because they've worked with them so much, but they can't get to the bottom of whatever their issue is. And there it is. It's right there.
And when did you do this? When did you write the book?
I did the first edition back in 2001 and the second edition last year.
And what prompted you to do it?
I had so many people ask me for something to help them. Even you have to look at the blueprint of the United States. The United States is a catalyst for the world. It's a catalyst for change. It has to bring change to the world. That's its role. It has its own blueprint, July 4, 1776. This is a country of freedom. Has to have freedom. It's the greatest marketer in the world. So right now it's marketing its freedom, trying to. But it overdoes. It has a pendulum swing from, you know, we have really fat people to the bulimic people. We have these extremes in this country. So we're always trying to stay balanced. It's very hard for this country to stay in balance.
And when you read this book, what happens?
You should be able to help yourself discover what you've known all along.
About yourself?
Mm-hmm. Or you always knew it. And now you have confirmation, and it gives you a sense of peace about the work you're doing, the path you're doing, and your time frames.
So this is your guidebook to your peace?
Yeah. It's a guidebook to self-empowerment. That's what it was intended.
And in here you found it's predicted that you will move on now with this career.
Yes, I knew that a good 20-some years ago, and I didn't believe it. I thought that was crazy.
You didn't believe your own predictions?
No, I didn't believe it, because it wasn't my own prediction. It was done by my teacher, and I thought that was nuts, because I thought I would be aging and you didn't have any life. But actually, there's no such thing as retirement. A blueprint's at least 120 years.
Oh, I don't know. Do you want to live that long?
I'd like to live as long as I want to.
As long as you're in charge?
I want to, yes.
Yes.